What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of Married to Medicine Season 9, Episode 14. I'm surprised that we are already at Episode 14, and I think next week it's going to be the finale because I feel like not a lot happened this season. And usually Married to Medicine is one of my favorite shows, but I feel like this season was kind of like a dud, other than Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel drama. The home invasion of Anila and this rumor of Toya, I felt like not really much happened. And in the first couple of episodes, the YouTube drama with Dr. Heavenly, that kind of kept things going, but then that died down because Contessa and Heavenly refused to talk about it anymore. The rumors about Toya landed nowhere because they were just that, rumors. They gave us nothing to work with. And then the home invasion thing, nobody really cares. Nobody really cares about the home invasion either because there's just so many holes in that story, and we have questions, but no one's there to give us the answers. For example, like, what happened to your cameras, Anila? Like, what happened to your cameras? What happened to the cameras at the entrance of the neighborhood? Who the hell did the security guard check in? Who were these people? Did they give ID? Did they not give ID? There's so many unanswered questions. So it's kind of like, well, if you're not going to answer these very important, very relevant questions, then we really don't care. So stop talking about it. But anyway, Anila says that she believes she was targeted. Okay, obviously you were targeted because this is not a neighborhood where something like this occurs often, where just random home invasions are occurring every other night. So yes, you were definitely targeted. Maybe the robbers knew that y'all were not home. Maybe the robbers knew exactly who you were. I don't know, but whether it was set up by somebody in this group or it was by just some random burglars, you were still targeted either way. So you talking about, I was targeted, it's not really saying much. Because yes, you were targeted. For some reason, someone knew that you and your family were not going to be home that night, and they knew how to get in to this neighborhood that is supposed to be so damn secured. Yes, you were targeted. But if you're trying to infer that you think somebody in your friend group targeted you, then I wish you would just come out and say that. Anila says that she's willing to take a polygraph to prove that she did not stage her own home invasion, because that's one of the rumors that's out there, is that this was all staged for insurance purposes or whatever. So she says she's willing to take a polygraph. Nobody cares because, well, I don't care, because you can hire a polygraph examiner, and I bet for the right price they'll give you the results that you want. Just ask Kris Jenner. Quad says that she's even willing to take a polygraph because she wants to prove that she had nothing to do with Anila's home invasion. And I'm just kind of like, but Quad, like, did somebody accuse her of having something to do with Anila's home invasion? And then Quad in her confessional says, watch Toya try to dodge the polygraph. Why would Toya have to take the damn polygraph? Why would she have to take the damn polygraph? This is something that needs to be if this actually happened, this needs to be handled by law enforcement, because I'm thinking that clearly they must have some type of lead by, as far as like cameras, security cameras, surveillance cameras. Y'all have a security guard in this neighborhood that has to, allow people to come in. That's checking IDs. That's asking people, who are you? What is your purpose here? What happened to all of that? Is it not like that? Is that what's going on? Maybe the neighborhood is not like that, where any random person could just go in and out. I don't understand, but why would Toya have to take a polygraph test? Because Anila thinks, because, this rumor of Toya cheating on her husband came out one day at Quad's housewarming party, and then 2 days later she's robbed. And so those are the dots that she's connecting. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways. So Tori tries to change the subject. And so she says something like, okay, y'all, let's move on, or moving on, or something like that. And Quad says, moving on my ass. Like, no, we're not going to move on. We're still going to talk about this. So Quad and Tori, they go back and forth. And Dr. Jackie, Mama Jackie, has to intervene and put an end to it and allow Anila to say whatever the hell she wanted to say. Okay, we're done with that. Contessa and Scott show up late. Dr. Heavily says in her confessional that they were late because they were either fighting or the other F word, when you're not fighting. So then Dr. Jackie, she starts the resuscitation meeting. She says that we're going to work out all of our issues. We're not allowed to have any fun until all of our issues within this group are worked out. So now we have Toya and Audra. Toya asks Audra, what would drive you to do this investigation on me and then to reveal it the way you did at Quad's housewarming party? And basically, Audra's like, you kept on picking on me, picking on me, picking on me. So I had to respond. You were calling my name, and I had to answer. So then Toya talks about how the fight with Mariah that she had eons ago, how that really affected her reputation. She was really worried about how she was seen as a mother and how she was seen as a doctor's wife, and that weighed very heavily on her. And so I guess I don't know what she was trying to say. I guess she was trying to say this is why she had tried to stay out of fights for all these years, and she never was the one to like instigate this fight with Audra because of what she went through with Mariah. So it wasn't like she was trying to start a fight with Audra. I don't understand where all this was coming from, but evidently it really affected her having that damn fight with Mariah. She apologizes to Audra, and Audra goes ahead and accepts the apology, and they both agree to, start new. Dr. Jackie then wants Contessa and Heavenly to address their issues. And Contessa said that she was too tired because she had been working all day. And so she just doesn't have the mental strength to get into anything that serious and that heavy. And Heavenly was perfectly fine with that. Thank God. The YouTube thing with Heavenly, I would have thought that would have been featured more throughout the season. But it was just that one time. And I guess because of the fact that, Heavenly's mom was really ill, and then Heavenly's mom ends up passing away. So it really wasn't the time or the place to go into some stupid YouTube drama. So I guess that's the reason why that really wasn't discussed, because Heavenly was dealing with quite a bit. The next day in the morning, Eugene is in the kitchen making breakfast. He's cooking again, and he's complaining about nobody washing the dishes. And I'm just kind of like, if I was Eugene, I wouldn't even bother. If nobody was going to help me clean up, even though I did all of the cooking the night before, and people are expecting him to cook breakfast the next morning, I would not have watched a single fork, a single spoon, a single nothing. I wouldn't do any of that. I would have been like, hey, if y'all want me to cook, y'all going to meet me halfway, and y'all got to clean this damn kitchen. So Toya, Audra, and Danila, they're having a conversation, and Toya wanted to know why Anila had brought Zaina to Quad's housewarming party. Anila says that Zaina came because Quad invited her, and she didn't know until the day before the housewarming party that Zaina would even show up. And Anila takes it a step further and says that she was set up, I guess set up by Quad. And Toya wants Anila to know that she has to be more aware of who she associates with, because Anila said that she felt like Quad just used her to get at Toya, because Toya and Quad, even though they made up, whatever season that was that last season, they acted like they made up, they're back beefing again. Then they show us a clip of Anila and Zaina at Quad's housewarming party, where Anila leans over to Zaina and says, bring up that rumor about Toya. So, Anila, you're not innocent. If you were encouraging Zaina to bring up the rumor of Toya cheating on her husband, then you're not that innocent. And why would Anila want to perpetuate such a rumor when she always acted like she doesn't have any problem with Toya? Toya was the one that had a problem with her. I don't know. I was confused. So Anila says that shortly after this rumor about Toya is exposed, she gets robbed. So she thinks that one has something to do with the other, or one caused the other. Toya says that she was watching Anila's house, counting the days that Anila was gone, and it was like her expressing how concerned she was about Anila. She says every time that she drove by Anila's house, she would see that the lights were still out, that the house was still dark, and so she was like, wow, Anila's still gone. And I guess guess she was wondering when Anila was going to be coming back or whatever. Basically, like, she was really worried about Anila. And when Anila got robbed, Toya said that it did affect her. She did feel really bad for Anila. So Anila and Toya, they have their moment. They kiss and they make up, and everything is all good in their world. Next, we see the guys bowling. So Dr. Kieran wants to squash the rumor that him and Anila had staged their own house robbery. And Dr. Eugene wants to squash the rumor that him and Toya had anything to do with Anila and Kieran's house being burglarized. So they agree to move forward, and you know how it is with guys. They're very quick to make up and move on. Dr. Damon arrives from, I guess he was taking a class or something. The ladies are getting a spa treatment. Heavenly tells Anila, I heard you and Toya made up. That's good. But I got the feeling that Heavenly didn't think it was that Heavenly didn't think that it was that good. I got the feeling that Heavenly really wasn't too keen on Toya and Anila making up. Then there was this very awkward, cringy scene of Contessa having both of her feet rubbed by Dr. Jackie and Toya, the two people that I would least expect to be handling anybody's feet. It was so cringy for me. Because Contessa was sitting there on the couch, completely spread eagle, and Toya was on one side, Dr. Jackie was on the other side, and they each had, her size, 13 feet in their hands, and were rubbing her feet. The guys come in, and they join the ladies, and there was a scene where Dr. Jackie was holding Curtis's hand, and Curtis has some huge hands. His hands are massive. He's a big guy. So then they have dinner. Thank God Eugene did not do the cooking. Give that man a damn break. Because I know he cooks a lot at home. Then you got to go on vacation and cook a lot on vacation. He says cooking that's his happy place. That's where he feels the most relaxed, whatever. That's fine. That's great. But I felt like Eugene did a lot of cooking in these particular scenes because he just didn't want to be questioned. He didn't want to talk about anything about Toya, about the home invasion, about his finances. He was like, let me just stay in the kitchen. Hopefully people won't even know that I'm here and they'll just leave me alone because, I'm cooking for everybody. But on this particular night, he didn't have to cook. So they talk about Toya's freak number versus Eugene's freak number. Toya, she thinks that she's some type of a sex goddess, that she's got it going on like that. And Eugene keeps, bringing her down and talking about, you are not what you say you are. You are not what you portray. That is not you. And so then Eugene talks about all of his past experiences, how he was getting down in the classroom, getting down in the science lab, getting down in the church. It was like he was just getting down everywhere. And then Toya goes, but that wasn't with me. That wasn't with me though. And then she says something about how, how come the wife gets the lame, the more tamed version of her husband's prowess, but when he was single, he was wilding out there, he was doing big things. But then as soon as you get married, you tone it all the way down. And so once again, we're talking about Toya and Eugene's sex life. It was really a nothing episode. It really didn't do much for me. Next week is the finale. I can't believe this is already over. And I feel like it's over without a lot of things not being... It's over with a lot of things not being resolved. I feel like. Not much happened this season. And I was really disappointed because I'm always looking forward to Married to Medicine. But this season, I don't think it was really given much of anything. I don't like it when an entire season is centered around rumors. Okay, because that's stupid. These are rumors. They cannot be proven or disproven. It's like talking about ghosts, things that are just not real. So what is the audience supposed to do with that? What the hell is the audience supposed to do with that? It seems like a lot of things there was a lot underneath that people were too scared to bring to the surface. For example, why would there be a rumor of Toya cheating on Eugene? What would cause such a rumor to be started? Rumors have to start from somewhere. And if it's just pure hate, If Anila and Zaina were just like sitting around one day drinking wine and thinking of a way to hurt Toya, and they're like, "Hey, let's just start this rumor that she's cheating on Eugene." Is that where? Because if I was Toya, I'm going to hold you to the fire. I'm going to ask you, why do you think that? And I hope she does that at the reunion. I don't know why she didn't do it during the season, because I really would have been like, okay, so yeah, there's this rumor about, and of course Anila's going to be like, I don't know. Well, then let's get Zaina here. I would talk to the producers. Let's get Zaina in here. Let's have a meeting with Zaina, because we're always having, outings and events and meeting up for coffee and going out for dinner. Well, let's have a scene where we're all going out to dinner, or I want to meet up with Zaina because I have some questions for her. That's what I would do. And I would ask Zaina, where did you hear this rumor from? Where did this rumor start? Why would this rumor even start? I would hold these people to the fire. And the more they act dumb and play stupid, we don't know. We don't know. That's just what the neighborhood is saying. Then the more they look stupid, the more unbelievable this rumor is. If she had a different kind of husband, this probably could have been a big problem for Toya in her marriage. I don't know. It was just a whole bunch of nothing. I feel like Toya really did not, Toya and Eugene really did not do anything. And they probably didn't, because they're like, it's not even true, so let's not even waste our time. And then the whole YouTube thing with Heavenly. Her and Contessa barely had any kind of interaction. Barely. There was that one scene when they went to Vegas, and then the other scene at Dr. Simone's house when Dr. Simone had them over for dinner to help her with her book. And nothing came of it. And I also realized there wasn't a lot of scenes with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, which makes me think that their friendship is still kind of like a little bit on ice. There's still some issues there with their friendship. It really was much about nothing this season. This is my review. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry that I bored you. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. And if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe. And I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.